come link with your boy, come link. Come and blow some trees with your boy, let's link. We can watch a flick if you're bored, come link. We can joyride and explore, link. Baby, come link with your boy, come link. Come and blow some trees with your boy, let's link. We can watch a flick if you're bored, come link. We can joyride and explore.
You're now tuned into Linked Up with Lux.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Lux, and today's episode is called Money Doesn't Cry Over Text Bags. So we're going to get straight in it. You know, this is for my young princesses and my young princes out there. You know, lock in and let's really talk about it. Okay, so today we're exposing the link between, being bored and broke and being obsessed with people who don't want you. You know, when you have no money, no goals, and nothing going on, a missing text message feels like the end of the world because that person is your only source of entertainment. But when you're chasing a bag, you're traveling, and you're secure, you don't even notice they left you on red, okay? This episode is a reality check on why building your bank account is the ultimate cure for a broken heart. And, we've been through this before, and it's just something you really need to lock in and think about. Think about it right now. You got a lot going on in your life. You got a lot of bills that are overdue or about to be overdue. Phone bill coming up, energy bill coming up, everything. Credit card, minimums, or maybe you paying a little more. Whatever you doing is due. You're trying to pull money out of places that just, they're not, you can't do it. You can't do it. You're stressed. But you sitting here stressing over a text message. You're over here over obsessing about your ex. You're over here wondering, why did she leave me or he? Why aren't they texting me back? Why are they being dry? Why can't I get a second chance or maybe a third chance for some of you or a fourth chance? But that's besides the point, Why are they being different? Why are you being weird to me? Why are they switching up on you out the blue? Are their responses shorter and shorter and shorter? You're trying to do everything you can to tell them like, hey, I like you. I'm there for you. Let's be together. You're giving the energy now, regardless of what happened, how y'all fell out, whatever made that explode. That's besides the point. But look at you now. You're sitting here literally glued to your phone. Every time your phone go ding, 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 you're sitting there hoping it is them. Hoping that they will just text you back, hoping that they are just thinking about you randomly and they're going to send you something funny, hoping. But that is the past. That is dead. That is dead. But think about it. You're worried about them on top of your life and trying to figure out everything else and how you're going to pay this and how you're going to do this and how you're going to come up with the rent money. But they are still on the top of your mind, top priority. You need to learn how to let them go. But truly think about it like this. Honestly, think about it like this. If you had the opportunity, if somebody came and dropped off a suitcase with a whole bunch of money that can pay all your monthly bills to the point where you're good, you got extra money from your actual job, but this money can pay off all of the stuff that you're stressing. How am I going to pay this bill? How am I going to pay this person back? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? All the stuff that you put in one ear and out the other, and you're just like, oh man, I know I got to do, take care of it. Somehow I got to figure it out. I might figure it out. I might not figure it out. If you have money that was able to pay every single thing to make you comfortable for that month, and we're taking it slow, baby steps, just for that month, are you really going to be sitting there worried about this person? Or are you going to be one of those goofy people who you're like, hey, man, now I got all the time in the world to sit here and worry about this person. Let them go. They've already shown their true colors. But my main point, though, is if you came into a lump sum of money, I promise you, you would not be tripping about that person. You will not be worried about what they're doing. You will not be worried about who they're with, who they're texting, who are they spending their time with now, because it ain't you. Who are they with in this whole time that they're not texting you? Why aren't they texting you? They used to text back fast. They used to text back right away. So you're sitting here wondering, like, why are you treating me like this? Why are you doing me like this? Why are you switching up? I thought we were cool. You have your moments with this person. Y'all might have a nice, natural flowing conversation, and then it stops. So it's like you're chasing this high and you're chasing this normality from the past when you know that that's corrupted now. And it doesn't even matter if they do finally decide to give you a chance. It's corrupted because they've already separated. They probably probably already messed with X amount of people. They've already probably dated somebody else. Do you still want to go back to that? Do you still want to sit there and make your mind go crazy worrying about all the things they could have did when you weren't around? The moment that they moved on, regardless of who was the reason, is the moment you should have moved on yourself. Because if you're not working on yourself in this time, if you're not securing that bag, if you're not bettering yourself, if you're not hitting the gym, and I'm just saying that in general because that's not for everybody, but I'm speaking in general. If you're doing the opposite, like you're getting sloppy now, you're getting chubby now, you're getting fat now, you're getting disgusting now based on society's beauty standards, you are letting yourself go, and you know this. So you're sitting here holding on to someone who liked you at one point in time, and maybe you were a little slimmer then, or maybe you weren't. Maybe you had a little bit more money then, you had a little bit more swag, you had more, shoes and clothes and all of that. You was a little bit more flashy or not, but you crave someone actually wanting you in that state. And the more time that goes on, the more you let yourself go, the further away this person is going to get from you anyway. Because instead of taking this time to better yourself, better your circumstances, better your life, better everything around you, you are slowly falling down a drain of destruction. You're slowly falling down the drain. Because when they do see you, do you have money? No, but I'm still obsessing about my old feelings for this person. Okay. Do you look good? Well, you're not popped to the beyond repair, but you don't got money, you don't got a haircut, you out here looking a little crazy, but you're looking at it like, oh well, they did like me back when I didn't have anything much, in my natural state. They liked me, they accepted me. That was the past. Because I promise you, they seen 1,000 of you times 1,000 more that are better than you, so whatever you thought you were, you was the stuff, you was this and that, they'll never leave you. You knew you looked good, you had confidence then. I guarantee you they found someone that was way better, and it might align better with who they actually want, whether it's based on assets, whether it's based on maybe just simply personality. Maybe they met somebody who doesn't get overly upset when they express themselves, or maybe this person puts them on a freaking pedestal and buys them everything they need. Just imagine you got this chick, and again, it could be vice versa with men, but women, share your situations amongst yourself. Let's say you got this chick and you never paid to get her nails done, but you always expected her to have her nails done, right? Because how dare you don't have your nails done around you? You paid for a couple meals here and there, but she was buying a lot of the majority of the stuff here and there, so it's you thinking this is just the norm. She likes me, she's spending money on me, I'll spend money on her when I can. But then she meets somebody, and he might not even be the most attractive person based upon what you would expect. You might think she might go run off and go find a pretty boy, and if that was the case, you would still be hurt, right? Or a guy with a six-pack, or a guy with curly hair, whatever the case may be, you would probably still be thinking dang. Or maybe she went off and found that pretty boy, and you out here looking rough. You gonna feel like you got some competition, even though you feel like nobody can compete with you, but you a little insecure. So you sitting there thinking dang, she really done moved on with that guy. But again, based on that, just because someone looks good, just because someone looks a certain way, that doesn't mean that they're better, because again, I always say you never know what people got going on. You never know what people's reality is, but of course, in society, they're going to paint that as ooh, girl, upgrade. But anyways, my main point is, she might have found that person who voluntarily pays for her nails. Simple stuff. She had to kind of beg and twist your arm hey, pay for my nails. And you're just yeah, one day, I got you. Let me just see what I can do. This guy, he out the gate. Girl, I'll get your nails done. I'm buying you lunch anytime you want. I'm picking you up. I'm taking you here. I'm taking you there. There's certain things that you might have did with her. Little cute stuff. Went to the park. Went by the lake. Whatever. Held hands. Little simple basic stuff. But she met a man that's actually stepping for her now. Or A man who actually has a secure job where he's making that bag, where he's not making her pay for anything at all. Nothing. No meal, no bills, no food, no nothing. And you think she's going to fall back into your hands. When this situation happens, men always try to say, and especially if you're online and you're watching videos and you get it stuck in a stupid algorithm, you're always going to find videos when men are in a situation and they always be like, oh, well, move on. She's going to regret leaving you. She's going to regret, leaving you behind. Let her run to the streets. She's going to come back once she goes through 5 different guys who, do her wrong and going to realize that you were the best thing for her. Or she moves on from you and actually finds her upgrade first, and that never happens. So you're sitting here hoping for a downfall and praying for a downfall. Oh, her next ex is gonna beat her. Her next ex is gonna not buy her anything. Her next ex is gonna make her pay for everything. But what if next ex, hopefully it's not her next ex for her case, her next boyfriend, hopefully her next boyfriend isn't what you're expecting. Because what if that's not the case? Now here you are sitting here putting this judgment on this man you don't know nothing about. You're just jealous of him, basically. He's providing. He's not insecure. He's not really worried about her past the way that you were. He doesn't care about nothing. He is treating her like a freaking queen, and she is loving it. She don't got to ask for nothing. Bags, whatever, vacations, he got it. He paying for it. She need freaking money to pay her car note. He got it. He got a good job, whatever the case may be. So she's over there flexing with dude. She's over here looking at it like, this is what I always wanted from a man. This is what a man should be. Or she might find that guy that literally does treat her wrong and all of that stuff. But my main point is sitting around trying to prey on someone's downfall is miserable. And I'm not saying that because, I'm trying to, invalidate your emotions, but I want you to really lock in and be like, okay, you can sit here and prey on someone's downfall because they're with your ex or they are your ex, but what have you done in that meantime? What if your ex were to come back today? Are you better? You can sit here and say, I've changed. You can sit here and say that you're going to do different and you're going to be different, but who are you financially? Can you provide for yourself? Can you provide, for a family? Can you provide for her or for him? Like whatever the case may be, can you be different? Can you actually be somebody that someone would want to be with? And if the answer is simply no, you're still broke. You still don't have any career plans or goals or anything. You're just going with the flow. What benefit is it for them to come back into your life? A lot of people, they get so caught up in thinking, well, I had this person in the past when I didn't have much, so I can have them again. A lot of people, they miss that opportunity to grind out with their partner, because some people do meet people when they're at their lowest point and they be like, hey, we're a family, we're a unit, we're going to be together, we're going to thug it out, we're going to do whatever. Your problems are my problems, whatever the case may be. People get that opportunity and then they take advantage of it, and then they lose it. So then they try to come backpedaling to a person or to an ex after they've done some reflecting, and they're like, hey, I'm back. Remember when you were supportive? Remember when you cared? Remember when you were down for me and stuff like that when I didn't have anything and you were paying some bills and I was paying some bills? Can we go back to that? Why would someone voluntarily go back to that? You be expecting your ex to be head over heels about you, and you be reflecting on things like, why don't they just accept me back? We are familiar with each other, and that's the problem. Familiarity will keep you stuck into that cycle. You're familiar with each other. You're looking at it like, why can't we just keep this going? I just want to, make it work. Like we know what we got going on. And then that ex is just like, look, I'm done. I am done. But again, if you had money right now, you would not be crying over your ex. I promise you, if you had money right now, your bills were paid, everything was good, life was peaceful. You can actually wake up every single day. You don't have to worry about going to work. Don't have to worry about stressing. You can go and take that weekend trip. You can go and take that week getaway. You can go and rent that car that you always wanted to test drive, whatever the case may be. If you had money, you would not be sitting here crying over your ex. So my main point by saying that is you need to work on yourself. Do better. Okay, do better. You're crying over an ex, crying over anybody. Just think about it. You are stuck in a state of mind right now of being so broke and bored that you are in this state of mind where you're like, I need my ex. I need my ex. I'm lonely. I'm so lonely. That's you. You are so stuck in that mindset. And I'm not saying that every ex was good or every ex was bad. You know, you might have just had a reflection moment. And again, back to familiarity. So you're just like, hey, I might as well just stuck this out. Let's make this work, whatever the circumstances may be. But think about it. You're sitting there worrying about, are they going to text me back? Are they going to text me at all today? Are they going to call me today? If I call them, will they answer? You're worried about all of this stuff instead of worrying about how you're going to get some money. Better yourself. I promise you, if you take the time to better yourself, you will be so much better in the long run because you're not going to be sitting here stressing about someone who clearly proved that they don't care about you. Someone who proved with action and separation and distance that they truly do not care about you. So instead of sitting there being so caught up in your mind, trying to text and trying to worry about this and trying to fix things, fix yourself. Fix yourself first. And then later on in life, you could reflect and be like, okay, this relationship probably didn't work because at this point in my life, I was like this, I was stressed about this, I was thinking like this, and that let that be your learning lesson, but to go back to a situation, I mean, it's insane unless it's mutual, unless you both came at the same time to that conclusion, like, hey, we was bugging. Let's just try to put our differences aside. Let's just try to make this work. If that wasn't the case, if that wasn't the reality, if that wasn't the circumstance, and it's just one-sided, and you're trying to get back in the door, please, 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 let's try again, let's try again, let's try again. You're just a beggar. You're begging, and that's pushing yourself further and further away. And if you're like me, you might be like, well, let me just get them a gift. Let me just show them I still care. Let me just try. Because if I don't try, I feel like I failed. And I'm going to feel like I'm going to regret it down the line. If I don't try now, even beyond the resistance, I feel like when it gets to that point of where it's super beyond, like coming back, I'm going to be like, wow, I should have just tried. So you're doing whatever you can now. You can try or whatever the case may be, but you're hurt. You admit it. You're a little hurt that you had a situation and now you're going to have to accept the fact that they might potentially find somebody else, rather they treat them good or better or worse. That hurts you regardless. The worst part obviously gives you hope, but you still don't want anybody to be messing with your ex again because you're like, man, like let's just start over now. Like, let's not even get to that point. But you need to work on yourself. Get your money, and do you. Because if you can't even focus right now on getting to the bag, dating is the last thing you should be doing right now. Reconstruct yourself, reconstruct your purpose, reconstruct your vision, and lock in. Lock in. Stop staring at that phone. Stop expecting a response. Stop giving overly hopeful responses when you do speak to them. Keep it dry. Keep it simple. Just keep it at where it's at. And if they have that change in mind, they will express that. And when you do explore that bridge and cross that bridge, you can decide if this is something that you want to give a chance to, or if it's something that you're going to want to be like, you know what, I'm good. It was probably for the best. And I'm not going to get into why and how they may come back or whatever the case may be. If y'all both mutually agree, hey, thumbs up, everything is fine. But don't force yourself into a situation just simply because you feel like you have to stay there because of the familiarity. You need to worry about bossing your life up. You need to worry about being able to provide for yourself. You need, as a man, to worry about how you can provide for your family. Because if you're just sitting here in these situations and with people and you're not getting anything out of it. You're still broke. You still work the same dead-end job. You're not working together as a family unit. It's like it doesn't benefit nobody at all, you know. So again, money don't cry over text backs. You know, when you got money, you're going to be able to do so much more. You're going to be so much at peace and so much more at, you know, just joyful in general, because you're not going to be worried about someone else. Think about it. If you had a bunch of money right now, you will not be worried about a text back from someone who's not choosing you. You would be out here living your life. You would be trying a new food you always wanted to try. You would be out here in a new city you always wanted to attend. You will be out here living your life in peace. They wouldn't even be on your mind. If they pop up, oh, hey, that's great. Haven't spoke to you in a while. But you would not be staring at your phone. So prioritize yourself, king. Prioritize yourself, queen. And stop stooping down and feeling low about things you can't control. I promise you it's not going to be good in the long run. If they want you, they will choose you. If they want you, you won't have to chase them. Keep that in mind. It's your boy Lux. I'm out.